Hello and welcome to another short video called Get Creative on Substack with me, Claire Venus. I am a creative producer, writer, mentor, and I absolutely adore Substack. It's been brilliant for my creativity, for my writing craft, for network, for connection. It's just been a brilliant, brilliant 14 months on Substack. And I want to make these videos as a gift to my community, just to share how to use Substack, what the benefits are if you do use it, if you want to use it for your creative work and business, and just a little of about behind the scenes of how it all works and how it all comes together. So there'll be a few in this series. This is the second one, and today we're going to have a look at making a post in Substack. So I will pop over and share my screen with you so you can see what I can see. It's just having a little, oh, there we go. Right, there we go. Okay, you'll have to excuse my rural internet sometimes can be a bit glitchy, but we're all right today. So this is my Substack homepage. If you didn't see the last video, I'm just picking up from where I left off. So I've rattled through all of the reasons that I set up this page the way that I did with the menu buttons and how to do that. My visual branding is very inspired by nature. It's very inspired by the colors pink and gold. So you'll see a lot of that in the conscious choices that I make around photography. A lot of these, nearly all of these, are my photographs, but I do also use the stock images that Substack give us access to, which are also brilliant. And you can also use AI to generate images if you want to, but you absolutely don't have to. So let's pop over to our writer dashboard over here. And we are going to start a new post right at the top. First button. I should say that my buttons are all pink because I've customized it for the reader, but that means that also on the back office, I get to see pink everywhere, which is lovely for me. So I can choose a section. I've set these sections up in the back office. So Creatively Conscious is the name of my business. It's the name of my Substack. And in this section, for me, it's about anything that I talk about that is a creative project, anything that is expressive writing, or anything that doesn't fit into the other categories. So that's that one. My Notes from the Sea is my monthly email. It goes out on the 1st of every month, and it's got a specific format to it. I've been sending it for 6 years. So that's what that one is. Big Dreams Begin With Me is a little bit behind the scenes of how I live as a slow-lived entrepreneur with my family, and also features guest posts from time to time where guests come and write on a series of 7 questions. And then the last one, Slow-Lived Growth on Substack, is really about finding that and nurturing that quiet ambition around growing a Substack account, growing your craft for writing, growing your network, growing your connections, growing your depth of connection. So it's all about that sort of stuff. So if we choose just the top one, Creatively Conscious, it'll ask us to write a title. So we'll just write writing on the internet today. There we go. And a subtitle as well. So it's important to think about these things. What I tend to do is write something to start with, and then I'll write the piece that I'm going to write, or I'll copy and paste it from wherever it's coming from if I've written it elsewhere in a Word document or in notes on my phone, and then I'll go back to the title and the subtitle. Reason being is this is the first thing that pulls through on people's email, or if they're not signed up to email and they're just reading the app, they'll see the title, the subtitle, your author name, and then a photograph as well that you've pulled through. If there's no photograph, then obviously it doesn't, there's nothing that pulls through, but I would really recommend using a photograph so people get to connect to your brand and who you are. So we'll just put there, lovely subtitle. And then you can add other authors here. So it gives me the option to search other writers on Substack. If I'm doing a collaboration with anybody, I can actually find them and mention them by name in there. Obviously, this one is just by me. So we'll just start here, title, and then you've got the option to start with a header, have normal text, and go right through the headers from 1 to 6. So if you want to start and use them in order, then you're very, very welcome to do that. You've got a way to bold and italic your text up there as well. So you can change anything you want to change in there. And then if you wanted to attach anything, you could do. In terms of a link, you can link to external sources and other posts and all of that sort of good stuff. And then your images is here. So you can add an image from your desktop. You can add a gallery, which I forget now, is that up to 6 images? There's quite a, or maybe even more, maybe 9 images. I sometimes use that at the bottom of posts. Or you can search stock photo or generate with AI if you're brave enough to type things in. So I'll just show you on the stock photos. So say if you wanted to just search all the images that were brought up by searching in the search term writer, this is what would come up. I tend to go for the horizontal images because in my blogging days, you know, we were taught that actually it's quite a lot to kind of scroll through the portrait style images. So yeah, I try to look for the horizontal ones. So if we want to insert one, it'll go in like that. And then it does this lovely thing where it pulls through the credit from Unsplash. So I just leave that on. You can then make the image bigger or smaller. And then obviously just carry on writing what you want to write. The other thing that's really, really nice and easy to use on here is the quote function. So you can block a quote like that, or you can pull through a quote like that, and those are the 2 formatting options. You can also add footnotes here. If you want to add a footnote to your piece, that's really easy to do as well. While you're writing your Substack post, everybody's got a different writing style with how they like to kind of write things. But one of the things that I do is just give myself a little checklist when I'm finished and ask myself, have I been engaging enough to the audience? So that's a question that I ask myself. And then I also use the buttons here to ask people to leave a comment, which will kind of take them to the bottom of the post so they can comment. Subscribe now, which if they're already a subscriber will say upgrade to paid, but if they're not a subscriber, it'll give them the option to subscribe. You can share as well. And these will all be pulled through in the color palette that you choose over in your settings. If you want more around how to make decisions around all of this piece of work and starting a Substack, if you're not kind of clear on what you feel like you should do, then I do have a course. It's called Stay Creative on Substack. It's a self-guided 4-week course with 2 accountability slots per year. So you can join at any time, make your way through the course and see really what you need to put energy into in terms of finding your creative voice online. That's what it's about. So that's our post there. There's more things, obviously some little bullet points there, but this is just a really quick video to show you how easy it is to write a post on Substack. It's literally the easiest thing in the world. You can go into edit and header and footer as well. So make sure you do that before you send your first post. I'm not going to show you that today because I just want this to be quite short. We're just going to continue. Then we get the option to say who the post's for. Again, just to make sure it belongs in the right section, that's fine. We said that was fine. It was going to sit there. The tags. Now I've set up these tags in the back office, so I can choose any of these. And it'll just pull those through and help me to organize my posts. I've got an option to send via email in the Substack app right now, or I can schedule it for the future. So if I untick that, we can schedule at any point in the future and then press the publish button and off it goes. So that is how to write a post. Let me just show you what a post would look like. And I'm going to actually go onto another one of mine and pick one that makes sense. Okay, so I'm going to go into this one. So this is from my Substack tips series, and I've started calling them your Friday emails, so people start to kind of recognize, okay, it comes out every Friday, and it's called Stay Creative on Substack because it's a real deep dive into how I'm using the platform. So my Get Creative series is about starting, and then the Stay Creative series is about carrying on. So you can see here that is quite a catchy title, and then I've kind of unpacked it a little bit in the subtitle. It's got me as an author and the date, and then this is how many people have liked it and how many people have commented, and this little button is how many people have restacked it, which means shared it to the notes part of Substack. You can also share it to other places if you want to with that button there. I've done an article voiceover for this one because it was so in-depth. I really wanted to record an article voiceover. So if you want to do that for your posts, you're really welcome. It's a very separate thing to podcasting, but it's there on the post button. I'll pop back in and show you in a minute where that is. And then, yeah, this is how a post looks. So when we hyperlink something, it goes in my lovely pink that I've mentioned. I've popped a poll in there so people can vote. 73 votes, quite good. And yeah, I've kind of peppered it with subtitles. I've pulled through an old post, a couple of old posts. I've got my own bespoke page break there, a couple of times inviting people to leave a comment if they want to. A photo of me, so they start to build that connection with who I am as a person. More titles, more invitations to share, and some takeaways at the end. So this is a really long, in-depth post, and you absolutely do not have to write posts that are this long. This is probably like one of the longest ones I've written, and I've got loads of like quirky footnotes in it as well. But if you want to head over and read it, I'll leave it in the comments. I just thought it would be a really good one to show you how it can all pull together and how it really is very much like a digital magazine. You know, you can pick and choose what bits of it you read, what you save for later. If you listen to it or not, that's an option. Let me go back in and show you how you would record an article voiceover. It's super easy to do. I'll just go into a new post and do it. So it's just this headphone button, and then you just literally record the audio of the post. You'll have to open it in a new window because it covers, as you can see, it covers the post, so you can't read it from the same screen, but it works fine. Or you can upload it, you can record it in another platform and upload it if you want to, but really, really easy to do. So let me stop sharing there. So that's the video for today. Hopefully it just gives you a really quick insight into how easy it is to write your first post on Substack. If you've got any questions, feel free to ask below or come on over to my Substack community. I'd love to see you over there. I answer all of the comments and questions that people leave every single Friday. I've also got my course I mentioned, Stay Creative on Substack, which is a 4-week course, and my masterclass if you just want to, if you're ready to go and you just want to go in for an hour and learn from me and learn the whole back office of the platform. I go through absolutely everything. It was recorded in March this year, so notes hadn't been introduced at that point, so I don't cover notes in that masterclass, but it's still a really, really valuable masterclass, and actually notes is one of the easiest things to wrap your head around. So until next time, I will see you, and if you head over to Substack, I'd love to see you there too. Thanks all.